So what we have to just realize is that, this isn't a matter of just like, you know, our personal decisions. This ain't about our personal decisions. This is about either following God or playing games. People want to play games and they real and thorough about everything else. When it comes to the thug life, people ain't gonna let you live that life if you ain't got no background in it. They gonna call you on it. They gonna expose you. They gonna try to expose you. And if you're not doing this, that, and the third, and you're not living by the principles of the thug life, you're gonna get called on it, right? It's the same. It's with everything that we do in society. They try to call us on things, whatever we do, for fraud, being fraudulent. But when it comes to living for God, hear this part. This is where it gets tricky. When it comes to being a Christian, they'll call you on being a hypocrite, right? When you're doing something wrong. But then when you're 100 about how you living it for real, now you're a bigot. Now you a self-righteous bigot. So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because if you live in this life, it's going to bring the haters. If you live in this life, you're going to suffer just as a hypocrite suffers. Because you're living 100. And when gangsters live 100, it's no problem. When everybody else lives 100, it's no problem. When a Christian lives 100, it's a problem. Muslims can live 100. If a Muslim get on a video and do a video just like me, guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to happen? Nothing's going to happen. They're going to feel this is the beliefs of a Muslim, and they're going to leave it at that. So they think they can pick on you. They think they can play with you. They don't challenge Muslims. They do not challenge these Satanists. These Satanists don't even bother Muslims. You notice that? Think about it. These witchcraft people, do they play with Muslims? You know why they don't? Because a Muslim some of them will blow your head off. Yeah, you try and do witchcraft, you try and do all kind of other stuff, they just walk up to you and blow your head off. Ow. Yeah, they know how far they can go with Muslims. They don't play with no Muslims. If you look at the culture, you can count on one, you can count how many times they reference any Islamic stuff, because they don't play when it comes to that. They do not play when it comes to mentioning anything about the Quran. They don't play. But yet, with Christianity, they can name their songs after things in the Bible and everything. They can name their songs after Jesus. It ain't got nothing to do with Jesus. They can talk about speaking in tongues and it ain't got nothing to do with speaking in tongues. They can talk about speaking in tongues and it ain't got nothing to do with speaking in tongues. They think that they can bully you and play with you because they think because they feed on your kindness. They take it as weakness. That's what it is. And now they find somebody like me that they can't play with. And they still think they can play with me. But you look at their country. They got COVID-19. They got all this stuff going on. And if you were smart, you would realize that this man is never going to be perfect. So if he's a man of God, he's a man of God. Boom, ow. I ain't going to never be perfect. So you can stop right now and right there with that. I'm not going to ever be perfect. Okay, so when you realize Christians are not connected to any Freemason network or any Illuminati network, we don't care what you think about our past. If you challenge us today, you lose. Okay? I don't care about what you think about my past. I don't care what you think is on my mind. I live in reality unlike you. You're in alter realities. Many of you, even that do witchcraft and telepathy, it's all alter realities. Reality is what science is based on. You can't even base reality, science. You can't even do science without reality. You can't go into a science lab with all these alter realities. I'm gonna make this, I'm gonna invent something with these alter realities. You're going to, listen to this part. You're going to invent nothing. You're going to create nothing for society if you do not use reality. If you go in there and say, well, I'm just going to mix this with that because I just want to, it will not produce anything according to reality, according to gravity and the rules. There are rules of gravity and et cetera, et cetera. And if you do not go by these rules of energy, rules of reality, you will produce nothing. If you are living a lifestyle that is not heterosexual with a man and a man or a woman with a woman, you will produce nothing. It is not according to reality. Okay? And that's what and it will in the telltale sign, the obvious sign is it doesn't produce anything. It doesn't produce anything. Okay, so all the cupcake games and all the lame games that you're playing, I don't care who you use. I don't care what you do. The reality is I am right and your country is a sinking ship from having gay marriage. It's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. You know, so when you realize this, you will stop sitting up thinking there's a fighting chance. How's a fighting chance when you got gay marriage in all 50 states and God is on your head? Okay, it's one thing and we ain't see God do anything. God was just silent. He can be if he wants to be. But less than a decade after putting gay marriage in all 50 states, look at your country. Look at your country after gay marriage in all 50 states. You put gay marriage into action. June 2015. That's when you did it, right? That's when you put gay marriage into law, right? So 4 years later, not even 5 years later, 4 years later, you had COVID-19 after gay marriage was in all 50 states. Now you had some gay marriage here, some gay marriage there. I'm talking about the whole thing. You don't think God knows the difference between gay marriage in this state and gay marriage in that state in all 50 states where it's no hope? And 4 years later, after you had gay marriage, I'm just showing you the repercussions. I'm showing you something besides myself, in my opinion. Now I'm getting into the crust of the matter. 4 years later, since you don't think it do nothing, you don't think God got no problem with it, okay. Why did 4 years later you have COVID-19 here in America? Why 4 years later, why 7 years later, up to date, your country looks like it's in shambles? This is less than a decade. Listen, Christians, this is less than a decade after signing into law all 50 states into gay marriage. Okay? So don't worry about what you think I'm doing. Don't you created that culture of what you thought I did. You created this ignorant culture of ignorant people of what you thought, of the context of what you thought I did. I don't care about that. If you don't have any evidence, you got to fight against God. If you don't have anything tangible according to reality and according to the interaction of humanity and reality, if you don't have any of that interaction of me with reality where something that was wrong, if you don't have an evidence of that reality in the context that you're saying it, you lose. And guess who's going to make you lose? God is going to make you lose. And that explains why you're suffering the way you are. Look, no one's goofy but you. I know you think it's exciting, don't you? Just like I think it's exciting to see you die from COVID. That's exciting to me. That's exciting to me. Yeah, I know. It's not exciting to you, is it? It's exciting to me to see people that played games and gang stalked me to see you die from COVID. That's exciting to me. More exciting to any of this little running around stuff you're doing. You know what's more exciting than that? To see your enemy die from a disease that they can't get rid of. To see your enemies die from COVID-19 and it's 1 million deaths, and they got more deaths than anybody in the whole world. That's exciting. It's exciting. It's so exciting to me. It's so exciting to me. Okay. So, I mean, yeah, because all it is efforts to save face anyway. That's all it is. That's all it is. Weak American efforts to save face when they play games with me. That's what it is. Other than that, what else would you call it? Okay? So, you have another alter reality like you think you bothering me. You ain't bothering me. How are you bothering me? Oh, because you thought you put me in an apartment that you could play games and you thought that would beat me. Well, when I was homeless, you was around me playing games too. I wasn't bothered by that. It doesn't bother me. The reality was you was around me playing games when I was homeless on the streets. You was there then. So it doesn't make a difference if you're here now. Not to me. You was there then. You're here now. What's the difference? It doesn't bother my psyche like you want it to. Okay? That's how bad I am. And I give God all the glory and all the praise. You're not going to win this war, man. Because, see, in this war, it doesn't matter who you kill. You have 50 states of gay marriage. That's the end of your story. Okay? God decided for it to be the end of your story, not me. And you can't stop it. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. It's already obvious to spiritual people that are not in denial about America and the state of America and God's relationship with America that the wrath of God is on you. The writing is on the wall. God is on your head. That's what we call it. God is on your head. And if you think that you're going to sit up and watch and be entertained to the end, then it will happen quicker. That's how that works. You want to fight to the end? Okay. God got a trick for that. We'll end it quicker then. Ow. You want to fight to the end? Think you like this is some relentless struggle? Yeah, it's a relentless struggle when you got gay marriage in 50 states and 43 states of child marriage. That's pathetic. How's it a struggle? I totally win. It's all in you having alter realities, no different than having gay marriage as an alter reality for marriage. Okay, that's an alter reality for marriage. I don't want to marry this person. You're living in an alter reality. Okay? Marriage is an institution for a man and a woman. Okay? Be fruitful and multiply. That's what the word of God says. Okay? So, my son was born on this day. My son is now 16 years old. I have made a child. I have brought a child into the world. Okay? I have a son in the world. He's 16 today. Okay? That's how old I am. I have a 16-year-old kid. So I don't play games with children. Okay? You understand me? And whether I'm in his life every day or not, I'm showing you the reality that I have a 16-year-old son in the world. You think you're playing with somebody that's some kind of weirdo man-child. I know what all the image you think you got of me, some weirdo man-child, and that's not the case. If anything, you're the weirdo with 43 states of child marriage. And your country is even weirder for not knowing about it. Everybody don't know? That's weird. Ow, that's weird to me. Okay, so you can keep playing these games and we can end it quicker and quicker. It does not matter to me. Okay, your culture and all of that does not matter to me. You know what matters to me? God's word and reality. That's what matters. Reality and God's word. If it ain't no reality, we ain't trying to hear that, bro. We want people to show up and prove. We want people to pull up with facts. Pull up with stats and facts. That's what we talking about. If you can't do that, then you just as goofy as the American government that has child marriage. That's a goofy government. Let's make child marriage. So they did that with a serious face. That's what you're telling me. No, they did that with a goofy face. A goofy pedophile looking face. A Pee Wee Herman looking face. How can a man with a straight face make child marriage? Well, yeah, we're going to make child marriage. With a straight face? A masculine man with a straight face is going to make child marriage? No, it's a certain type of man or a male. A pedophile, sheepishly smiling pedophile male, okay, that makes child marriage. No real man can do that. No real man can make child marriage. No real woman can put child marriage in the country. Okay? No real man or woman can do that. So we can settle it. They are not adults in most people's books. Secondly, what we can settle is they're not, what's the other thing they're not? They're not sound of mind. Everybody want to question people's sanity. What about the sanity of people that got child marriage in 43 states? So let me talk to the psychologists like I like to do. So all the psychologists in America, you telling me that these people that passed child marriage in the last 3 years, the last child marriage law was passed 3 years ago, you telling me they sound of mind? That's what you have me to believe. That in this culture with these crazy people, how they are with children and all of that, knowing the country is not going to marry children, culturally speaking, why would they pass child marriage laws 3 years ago, a year before COVID? You telling me they sound in the mind? You telling me they're sound-minded? That's what you would have me to believe. Okay. You want me to believe they sound-minded? You can't be serious, bro. You can't be serious. They're not sound-minded. To marry children in a culture where no one wants to do that. Any Americans wants to marry children? So why would they pass child marriage laws in a country like this? Why would they do that? Okay, witchcraft don't bother me. I go with science. I go with real and not over my walk with God. I go with reality. What can you manifest? What can you prove? What is facts? You know what is facts? You got 43 states of child marriage, and you've been gang stalking in this country, and everybody know it. Everybody know you've been gang stalking, man. This is over. So Christians really realize your direction and your new direction. Realize what you have to do, because we're no longer with this country. And if they want to pull up, we can end it today. We can end it all today. It's all up to them. Whenever they choose to die with their free will, it's up to them.